Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to our channel. I am your girl, Color Me Bad Lynn. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know the deal. What we mainly talk about over here on my channel is all things beauty. Anything pretty, anything cute, wild and sexy, we're going to get into it. We're also going to tap into a little bit of love, relationships, romance, a little bit about dating perhaps, family issues, and most importantly, faith. So I promised you guys that I will pop on and give you a part 2 of my sexy bae nights bedtime fragrances for the fall, or really any time of the year, because if you've been rocking with me any amount of time, you will know that I wear my fragrances all year round. I mainly wear my sweet florals in the cooler months, and I normally wear my Beast Mode Mama Girl fragrances more so in the heat and heavier weather, which is backwards for most people. I know, I get it. But yeah, I switch them up, and then for the most part, any of them, I wear them all year around. So, and I really enjoy them. So I wanted to come on and share some of the ones that I know for a fact are perfect for date nights. Alright, so without all the extra fanfare, let's get right into it. I know you got things to do, I've got things to do, at least I got things to think about. And so I don't want to hold you long, but I want to share these fragrances with you. If we are connected over on Instagram, you have seen me talk about this fragrance. You're going to hear me talk about it again and again. I will definitely be getting a backup bottle of this fragrance. It is absolutely amazing. If you love the note of syrupy black currants, I highly recommend adding this to your collection. I've had this for maybe about 1.5 years, 2 years. Whenever it came out, that's when this was added to my collection. And I absolutely adore this fragrance. It sat on my shelves for a long time before I started wearing this. And one day I decided my love came down on me. And I said, I want to smell good today. And I don't know. And I sprayed out on this one time this past summer. And I got a whiff of myself like 4 hours after I had this on. And then every time I wear this, I always get a couple of compliments. And I'm talking about after I've had this on for hours and hours and hours. Out of nowhere, I can smell myself a little bit, but not to the point where I'm like, woo, la la. But when you get a compliment on a fragrance, it's not a confidence booster, because a lot of times you smell good. You spray down in something really nice for the day, mainly for yourself, to enjoy and things of that nature. But this fragrance right here is absolutely gorgeous, you guys. I'm going to bring it in so you can see the beautiful juice that is inside. This is C. Giorgio Armani, and this is the intense version. You'll hear me speak a lot about intense versions of fragrances. I normally wait for intense versions of fragrances to come out before I indulge, because they normally work better for me. I like rouge, and I like intense, and I like parfum extract versions of fragrances, because they normally just work so much better for me. If you're looking for something sweet and sexy that lasts all day and all night, I highly recommend that you add this to your collection. It's got like a really nice soft spiciness to it. It is seductive. It's not overpowering to the point where it's too heavy. It may be too heavy for some. It depends on what your taste and fragrances are. But I highly recommend adding this to your collection. I love all of the flankers of this particular line of Giorgio Armani fragrances, but this one right here just does me right. You hear me? It is so delicious, and you smell delicious when you're wearing it. Now, class. Now. Settle down now. Have you ever been in a class where you had a teacher that did that and nothing happened? Like it got louder in the class. Like, what was that all about? Now, class. Now, class. Settle down. The next fragrance on the list, I don't know which one to choose. Okay, so let's do this one. Some people would say that this fragrance is probably more so for springtime, more so for summer. But well, let me tell you something. I got a couple of videos out there from back yonder talking about Calvin Klein fragrances. Your girl love her, so I love Calvin Klein fragrances. There are but a few. And Calvin Klein's. All right. So the next one on the list. This one is from a celebrity. You all know, like I said, if you've been rocking with me any amount of time, you know that I got a hot spot for celebrity fragrances. I just love them. You can sometimes find them for really, really great prices, especially if they've been around for a while. And I have so many of them in my collection that just are absolutely amazing. This house of fragrances, I wish I had known about how good the flankers of this OG was way back in the day when they first started coming out. I just got hip to these maybe about 5-6 years ago, and I'm in love with White Diamond's collection of fragrances. Now, a lot of people, of course, again say that the original White Diamonds is what we call our old lady frag, or gives you auntie vibes. I'm nobody's auntie, but when I tell you I love that fragrance, it was one of my mom's favorite fragrances. It always smelled absolutely amazing on her. I never really wore it growing up, but I keep it in my collection because it's nostalgia. It reminds me of her fragrance, right? But they have flankers of White Diamonds. And when I tell you that every flanker of White Diamonds that I have in my collection is absolutely gorgeous, they last all day long. They will blow your socks off even if you're not wearing any, okay? And this one is perfect for date night, bae night, sexy date night, pillow talk, bedtime fragrance, beast mode, mama girl, hot girl, whatever you want to call yourself. Just a beautiful, exquisite specimen of a woman. This is White Diamonds Nights by Elizabeth Taylor. When I tell you that when I was gifted this or added this to my collection, I can't remember because it's been a minute. But I wish that I had the larger bottle of this. I spray out really, really sparingly on this because it's so little. And then you can't tell what's inside of the bottle unless you like hold it up to the light. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't really have that kind of time to be like trying to figure out like what's in here. Okay, so I spray really, really lightly, and I do a little bit of this to make sure, okay, because I can kind of gauge it a little bit. I've been collecting fragrances enough where I can kind of shake you just a little bit without messing up the molecules in the fragrance to see how much I got in there and how heavy I can go. This is so beautiful. I haven't worn this on a date night yet, but I have sprayed out on this to make sure that I like it, what works good with it for my collection, how long it lasts, and all of this stuff. This is a beautiful fragrance. It lasts anywhere from 6, 8 to 12 plus hours. Don't ask me how I know, but that's how I test my fragrances out, you guys, because I love beautiful fragrances. I love affordable fragrances if I can get my hands on those two combinations. And then if you can get longevity out of that, it's just unbelievably real. So, unreal. Surreal. You know the deal. Get you some. This is so pretty, you guys. Again, White Diamonds Night by Elizabeth Taylor. If you love the original Elizabeth Taylor, or even if you don't care for it, try the flankers of White Diamonds. You will be absolutely pleased. What's happening? No, I'm just kidding. All right, so this fragrance I've again shared on many occasions how much I love the house of Calvin Klein. And some people may say, girl, you love everything. No, I do not, because everything does not love me. However, the things that do, I love them back immensely. And this fragrance shows me so much love. This has been in my collection, I would say, for probably over, I want to say, probably 20 some odd years. Okay. This is not like my original bottle of this fragrance that I had back in the day. But what I was trying to say, I think I got it out, but I'm not sure, is that there are only but a few fragrances in Calvin Klein's house that I just can't rock with, that don't work well for me. They're normally really aldehydic fragrances that just work beautifully for my body chemistry, last all day long. One day we'll come on and do a video on Calvin Klein, or do an updated version of Calvin Klein fragrances. This is called Truth. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this. And it is the truth. If you love a beautiful white floor. I'm gonna spray a little bit of this out. I haven't worn this in a while. I'm talking about, if you want to know the truth, spray this on. I'm telling you right now. Don't spray this down if you don't want to know. This is so pretty. I can remember like the first time I ever sprayed this or smelled this when this first came out. I want to say I was probably working at cosmetics back in those days. And you know, when fragrances come out, you can walk around and spray yourself down and all of that. And I remember the vendor coming into the store that I was working in and coming in and, you know, pushing this. And when I tell you, it still smelled just as good as it did that first time I smelled this. This is so sexy, so erotic, so sensuous. It's soft. It does that boomerang effect that I love about a fragrance. Like, you may think that it's gone, and then all of a sudden you'll get this nice little whiff of this fragrance. Or the person that you're with or around will get a nice little whiff of this fragrance. It is absolutely gorgeous. You very seldom hear people talking about this fragrance, and I'm okay with that. You know, I'm not about bandwagons. I love what I love, and you love what you love, and we'll share. This is gorgeous. It is one of the most beautiful white and yellow florals. I may wear this today. It is one of the most beautiful white and yellow florals that you will ever put your nose on. It's so beautiful. Yes, I have the big. Whenever I re-add this to my collection, I always get the largest bottle they have. If they got one bigger than this, y'all, help me out. Send it to me. Send it your girl's way. Email me and let me know. I'll send you my address. It is that good. And I very seldom wear this because it brings back so many memories. Some mostly good. But you know, fragrances kind of take you back. Okay. And sometimes they take you back to places that you not so much want to forget about, but that you've outgrown and you're just not there anymore. But the fragrance still remains. And this is such a gorgeous fragrance. If you are looking for, again, another sexy bae night, date night, you know, even if you just like to get sexied up on your own, just to enjoy yourself, this is such a beautiful fragrance. It is extremely affordable. It's been out on the market for over 20 years. I know that for a fact. Gorgeous, gorgeous scent from Calvin Klein. Again, this is Truth by Calvin Klein. Don't wear this if you don't want to know the truth, my lovelies. We are getting down to the wire. I've got so many more I want to share with you. I believe we're going to have to do a part 3 of this because they just keep popping up in my head about sexy bae night, date night, bedtime fragrances. I have so many of them because I love sexy fragrances, right? So the next one I want to share with you guys is something, again, that I don't wear that much. This fragrance, I don't know how this ended up in my collection, but I do remember getting finding out about one of their fragrances, Blue Touch for men, and getting that for my son because somebody told me that it was really, really inexpensive and it smelled really, really good. If I love oud, and I do. So they have women's fragrances also, which could be unisex. Really, they can be. And I think this one may be a unisex fragrance. This is Oud Vanille by Frank Oliver. And I'm going to bring this in a little closer. It's got fingerprints all over it, so please do excuse them. Bring it in a little bit closer so you can actually see this. If you love the scent of oud, this is so good, you guys. It's got just enough, the right amount of vanilla in this without it being overpowering. If you don't have this in your collection, and you are a lover of oud, you love your vanilla fragrances, you love sexy, sensuous, seductive, erotic fragrances, and you want something that's just going to give your partner just a little whiff of sexy when they're close to you, or when you walk past them, or when you guys are chit-chatting, add this to your collection. This is so pretty, you guys. And I was so shocked and so surprised on how beautifully this performs, how long it lasts, And I love it when a plan comes together. You save a little bit, you save the money, you're trying out a fragrance that someone suggests to you. It's not really expensive, and so it's like no whammy. So good, you guys. I had to spray a little bit of this on. I will share with you that if you don't like really strong, pungent, sharp fragrances, which is what a lot of oud fragrances are going to give you, especially on their first blast out, don't waste your time or money. Even though it's, you know, you can probably find this for like under $30 or $40. Don't waste your money because you're not going to enjoy this. Again, fragrances are all about your taste, your scent palette, you know, things that you have experienced in life and what you do and don't like. And some people only like a certain thing. And then some of us have a really, really large, you know, we have a huge spectrum of delights that we enjoy in fragrances. Like myself, I love all different kinds of fragrances. And the more I learn and study them, the more I get acclimated to learning about new scents and new fragrances and different ways that fragrances are put together, different offerings of fragrances. This is so beautiful. You definitely want to be careful with this fragrance. It is definitely unisex. I can smell a gentleman rocking this 100%. It will probably smell better on a gentleman than it would on a female. What I like to use to kind of make this a little bit smooth and give it a little bit of creaminess is to use something with a little bit of coconut, maybe a little bit of something with a little bit of citrus, like a tangerine, or a really juicy, beautiful orange oil or lotion or body cream with this. And even vanilla. You can always pick the notes out of a fragrance, and that's how you can choose your moisturization. Or you could just go with nothing, a non-scented lotion and body cream. You don't necessarily have to just go ham on your fragrance and scents. It just depends on what your particular tastes are. Yeah, and with this one, I definitely, because it is extremely animalic also, I want to share that with you. This is really, really beast mode. And a lot of times what we mean by beast mode is this animalic, meaning that it has a, you know, a little scent of musk in it. And musk, normally, if it's a natural musk note, is extracted from an actual animal. And so that's what we mean by that. There are a lot of synthetic-y notes in it. Even if that is a synthetic musk note, which I didn't look up my notes for those, you can't tell. It's really, really beast mode. Like, you can really, you're definitely going to attract with this fragrance on. So, you know, if you're not wanting anybody to kind of bump up to you on accident, like they were trying to, like, you know, touch you but not touch you, don't wear this. This is definitely for being around your significant other, because it will definitely draw. It is beautiful. And this is for male and female. It will draw. It'll make somebody get close to you and go, even if they don't ask you what you're wearing, they will get closer. This is that good. Frank Oliver Oud Vanille. Okay. So because we're not going over like the notes of this fragrance, these fragrances, I'm going to give you, I had one left to give. I'm going to give you, I'll give you two more, maybe three. All right. But we're still going to have to do a part 3 because I've got some more. Most of my fragrances are sexy. Like, I like exotic fragrances because that just kind of, I'm not saying it's what my personality is. Or maybe that's my deep dark, you know, never mind. We're not going to go get into that. It's none of y'all business. And it's none of my business what you guys like. You know what I mean? All right, so let's get into it. The next fragrance I want to share from you is from the cosmetic house or company of Clinique. You guys already know, again, if you've been rocking with me any amount of time, I love Clinique. Okay? Always have since I've been a teenager. The name, the white lab jackets that the reps wear, if they still wear them, it just always they always look so professional. I love Clinique. And so this is a flanker of Aromatics, which is one of my favorite fragrances in the entire universe. Aromatics has flankers, okay? They are the bomb. I just got hip to a new one that they have that's a part of this line that I had no clue about. All right. And we're going to come on and talk about that a little bit later on in the wintertime. But this one is so good, you guys. This is Aromatics in Black. I'll bring the bottle in a little bit closer. You can kind of see that. This is Aromatics in Black. And again, this is a fragrance from the cosmetic company Clinique. When I tell you that this is sexy, if you love the note of like a sweet sugary, like I don't eat black licorice or black jelly beans, but I love the scent of them. They embodied that scent in this fragrance. I don't know how they did that. I very rarely like spray down in this. This would definitely be a repurchase for me if I ever run out of it. It is that beautiful. I also rock Aromatics in White, which is another sexy fragrance. Again, I will always keep these in my collection. I just love Aromatics. It is one of the prettiest fragrances that Clinique has come out with. Of course, I love Happy. Love me some Happy. But this is so beautiful. It's sexy. It's erotic. It's exotic. It's intoxicating. Okay, I got Truth on this side. Just a little bit, because you only need a little bit of this. Now, I will tell you that I spray down heavily, whether a fragrance is potent, like with Truth. I got this on the back of my hand, the Calvin Klein fragrance. It's popping. But I will go crazy on my sprays because that's just how I apply my fragrances. This is so beautiful, you guys. It's a white floral fragrance, believe it or not. It starts off really, really kind of like, I would say old lady-ish. It's so pretty. If you give this fragrance like maybe a minute, it's so pretty. It reminds me of like those fragrances that you used to smell, but I can't put my finger on what this gives me other than that black licorice, sexy, sugary, but really, really white floral. It's sugary, but it's not sweet. I don't know how to explain it. It's a candied fragrance, but it's not sweet. You know, good candy is not super, super sweet. You know that, right? Real good candy is not real, real sweet. And that's what this gives me. Like a really good black licorice hard candy scent. This is just divine. So if you are, again, looking for something really sexy to add to your collection, extremely affordable. I don't remember the price points on any of these fragrances, but I'm sure this is under $100. Absolutely highly recommend this. Go online. I know you can probably find this on like Amazon. I know for sure, because that's probably where I got this from. It's probably Amazon, because I don't think they keep this fragrance in the cases at Clinique unless maybe Saks or Neiman Marcus, maybe, if they still sell their fragrances. This is such a beautiful line of fragrances, total hidden gems of Clinique. So beautiful. And you can tell that, you know, Clinique is owned by Estee Lauder, or at least they used to be back in the day. And you can tell by smelling this that this is connected to Estee Lauder. It just has that quality to it, if you guys know what I mean. It's just beautiful, beautiful fragrance. So if you're looking for something really, really sexy, I highly recommend adding this one to your collection. Again, Aromatics in Black by Clinique. All right, next on the list. This is something that I don't wear. I normally cocktail this with the original Rebel Fleur. Yeah, so I normally don't wear this fragrance by itself. I have to be in the mood to wear this fragrance. I love Rihanna fragrances. This is really, really beautiful. This is Rebel Fleur Noir, I want to say. As you can see, I love black bottles. I have like a whole collection of black bottle fragrances. We're going to come on and do a black bottle fragrance video. I've been promising it ever since I started my channel. This is so good, you guys, but I have to be in the mood for this. This for me, if I wear this by itself, will probably be like more so like an in the house date night, just, you know, maybe just doing nothing, but you want to smell good for yourself, your sweetheart. Really, really pretty bedtime fragrance. Perfect for lounging. Perfect for just, you know, movie night, little popcorn, little whatever. This is one of those. You got a new pair of pajamas you want to just walk around the house in and be cute. This is one of those fragrances. And they don't have to be sexy pajamas. Any pajamas that match are sexy. Like if it's a gown or if it's like top and bottom or a short set, if they match, it's sexy. This is really, really cute, you guys. It's cute. It's sexy. It's a little bit domineering almost. For me, this one has, my mind started to kind of, you know. For me, this one, I have to spray down a little bit heavy. What I do with this one so that I don't use up all the juice, because I've used quite a bit of this, is I only hit myself up on the post points. So I do my back, my ears, maybe here. If it's just me, you know, I might hit up this area, maybe the back of my kneecaps, maybe my ankles, you know, and I've got a couple of other spots that I like to hit up if I really want my fragrances to project, of course, along with layering. But this is a really, really sexy bay night, day night, bedtime fragrance. This is more so leaning towards like the bedtime, staying in the house, you know what I'm saying, maybe going for a really nice evening walk, and you want to smell really good. This is perfect for that. Okay, all right. And then next I want to share with you guys, let's do this one. This is, and I don't know if I'm sure I've shared this with you guys on many occasions. I love Christian Dior. Let's just set that out there. If you don't already know, I love Christian Dior fragrances. And these aren't exclusive. I love Christian Dior exclusive fragrances. We're not even going to get into those. But for something that you can purchase over the counter, you can go online and purchase these. You can go to Christian Dior website. This is it, you guys. If you love the original Poison, if you love, like I do, I love Hypnotic Poison. You know, I talk about it all the time. As a matter of fact, she's sitting right here. You know, I love me some Hypnotic Poison, and I talk about it all the time. This is pure poison. Just by looking at this bottle and the juice is clear, you would think to yourself, oh, this fragrance ain't about it. You know, it ain't gonna last. You know, it ain't nothing to this. This is so beautiful. It is ridiculous. And they managed to put the original DNA of Poison and Hypnotic Poison in here. And it's so gorgeous, you guys. This is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. If Hypnotic Poison is a little bit too much for you, because some people don't like that real heavy, sexy, exotic scent. Like they want to wear something sexy, but they don't like it on the Beast Mode Mama Girl spectrum. So they kind of skip over Hypnotic Poison. They can't handle it. They may not be of a more mature age, but I've been rocking Hypnotic Poison since it came out. I'm talking about early 20s. Okay. But some people don't like those types of scents. So this is on your more softer, lighter, but more potent side. This lasts all day long, all night long, break a sweat, whatever the case may be. This is still going to rock for you. It is so sexy, so sensuous, so feminine, beautiful. If you have on a really, really beautiful dress and you just want to feel good about yourself, you don't want to really wear too much of a fragrance, but you want to smell absolutely amazing, all while you are whatever event, occasion, and if you really want to get sexy about it, bedtime scent, red light alert. I'm telling you right now, it is that delicious. I kid you not. The next on the list, and I think we're going to wrap it up after this because I have so many. We're going to do a part 3. This one is so pretty. I've shared on many occasions how much I love Carolina Herrera fragrances. I always have. but a lot of them really don't work that well for me. That doesn't mean I don't love them. I just can't wear them. But I found one. And I wasn't searching because this fragrance is so popular, and I just had to have a stiletto in my collection because I've had the first one I had in my collection, and I just had it because I got it because it was popular, it was new, the bottle is gorgeous, love the fragrance. But when I tell you, from the first spray out of that fragrance, I was sneeze. I think the first time that I sprayed down in the original of Good Girl, it made me sick. It really did. Like, it activated all of this up in here. It was bad. Like, I think my eyes swole up. It was just something in that fragrance that just tore me to pieces. Well, I found one. This one is Good Girl Supreme. Ladies, if you don't have this in your collection, and when I say sexy, the bottle speaks for itself. I don't know what this is on my heel, but it speaks for itself. I very rarely wear this. As you can see from the size of the heel, I didn't go large on this one because I wasn't sure. Okay, but I read the notes on this fragrance, and I got a tester, like a little sample sent to me in the mail right before they launched this and put this out on the shelves, I believe at Ulta. And so I was able to get a sniff of this before it hit the shelves, and I was like, oh, I found one. So I hurry up and added this one to my cart because it is gorgeous. Like, this is so beautiful. I don't like spraying out on this because it's little. This is the smaller size. I think this is a 1.7. I don't have my glasses with me, so I can't tell you. Like, from the first spray out, this is so sexy to me. Like, it is like the original Good Girl, but it's a little bit lighter, but it lasts longer. It's a little bit softer. It's a little bit creamier. It almost smells like it has like a little bit of like a little touch of white chocolate in it. It's sweet. It is like it. I can almost taste it. It's so delicious. Like, it's like a juicy. It's so delicious. I can't explain this and describe this. If you don't have this in your collection and you love the original Good Girl, but you're like, I have this in my collection, but I don't really wear it. It's alright. This is it. And I've smelled them all so far. This by far is the best that they've come out. This is the best flanker of Good Girl, in my humble opinion. This is Good Girl Supreme. Let me bring the bottle in a little bit closer for you guys so you can see that. So beautiful, you guys. Like, I'm kind of mad that I sprayed out on myself with this one. This is so beautiful. I absolutely adore this. You know what I always say when I have a fragrance in my collection that I absolutely adore? Get you some, you guys. If you've tried all of the other flankers of Good Girl and none of them have served you well, trust me when I tell you, if you don't have this one in your collection, get you some. It is the ultimate day night sexy fragrance. Beautiful. You know, I always say the Dom DeLeon of them all. All of these are Dom DeLeons. Trust me when I tell you. But if you don't have this one in your collection, treat yourself and get this. Add this. Put it on your Christmas list. Add it to your cart. If you know what I'm talking about. So good. This is your girl Color Me Bad Lynn, and thank you guys for watching. I greatly appreciate all of your love and your support. I want to welcome all of my new subscribers. Welcome to Color Me Bad Nation. We are so happy to have you. So glad to have you. Hope to meet you over on Instagram. And to all of my subscribers that have been rocking with me for any amount of time, they have been growing with me, growing with our channel. I greatly appreciate all of your love and your support just by clicking on the subscription button, because you really don't have to do that. So we greatly appreciate you subscribing to our channel. Bye bye. We will see you on the next video, guys. God bless.